Zonins are trying to remove racist language from official documents, but it's proving to be more difficult than expected. In the early 1900s, racist covenants prevented people of color as well as other marginalized people from living in certain neighborhoods. The covenants were outlawed in the 1960s, but still remain in many housing deeds across Tucson. The rules are unenforceable, but in many cases difficult to remove. Right now, for $30, a homeowner can sign a piece of paper stating they want to amend their deed and document it at the recorder's office. But the county wants to make the process cheaper and easier to do.
The $30 fee right now is imposed by the recorder to change the deed. And so my hope is that if that's an administrative fee, that's something that we could work to reduce significantly or figure out a way for us to be able to absorb some of that cost.
The county says it will work with departments to create an outreach program to help affected deed holders and neighborhood associations in removing the offensive deed language. Now, homeowners are only able to remove racist covenants from their housing titles because of a bill signed into law by Governor Katie Hobbs last year.
But as 13 News reporter Ashley Bowerman found out, even one of the bill's sponsors has found things in the bill that need to be adjusted to make this whole removal process easier.
There was a time when the title on your home said, when you sell this home, you cannot sell it to a black person.
State Senator Mitzi Epstein is talking about the discriminatory language contained in many housing covenants, conditions, and restrictions that can often be difficult to remove.
A number of people started to realize that their titles say that, and there's a perpetuity clause in there that says this has to stay on the title forever.
Epstein has sponsored a bipartisan measure that became law last September, giving homeowners the power to remove the language from their housing titles. But neighborhood associations are finding the process harder than they anticipated.
For people who are not particularly tech savvy, this is not an easy thing to do.
Neighborhood Association President Laurel Shane was eager to be one of the first to get rid of the racist covenants for 3 developments in the Vista Del Monte community.
So we thought, okay, we'll just get a representative from each of those developments, have them sign, take those to the recorder, get them recorded, and that's the end of it.
But the law does not give neighborhood associations the legal authority to remove the language. The power only resides with individual homeowners, homeowners associations, and condominium owners associations.
It shouldn't be this hard.
After filling out all the necessary paperwork, Laurel discovered the language had been removed from not 3 subdivisions, but only 3 individual houses.
I think the intention of lawmakers was good, that they wanted to make it easier to overturn these illegal covenants. And they somewhat did, but it's still not easy. And it's still very expensive.
Senator Epstein plans to amend the law and reintroduce it next legislative session with some key changes to help neighborhood associations. Those include declaring perpetuity clauses illegal if protecting unlawful covenants. Neighborhood associations would be empowered to remove unlawful covenants for the entire neighborhood. And all county recorders in Arizona must be required to accept multi-parcel removal as a single CC&R amendment.
So we would just run a new bill that would amend this existing language that is in law now, and pass it again, hopefully.
In the meantime, Laurel has created a how-to guide with instructions for individual homeowners who would like to remove this language now. We have that information linked with this story on KOLD.com. Ashley Bowerman, 13 News.